30 seconds.
On the show Britain's Got Talent, a woman showed up that to people just didn't seem traditionally attractive. And so when she said that she wanted to be as famous as the singer Ellen Page, they laughed at her. But when she opened her voice, their jaws dropped. Because what came out was the voice of an angel. And those preconceived notions were disappeared. And so this brings me back to my quote. In this world, some people are going to like me and some are not. So I may as well be true. So I may as well be me. Then I know if someone likes me, they like me. And so my interpretation of this is that we're all unique individuals, so it doesn't matter what other people think. I will be using 3 points to prove this today. I will be using Harrison Bergeron by Kurt Vonnegut, the movie Scarface, and the book Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. On my first point of the short story Harrison Bergeron by Kurt Vonnegut. So in this story, it takes place in a dystopian future where the government has taken equality to its extremes and placed handicaps on individuals. So if they're smarter, they'll put a handicap to make you dumber. If you're beautiful, they'll put a mask to make you seem uglier so you're equal than everyone else. If you can talk well, they'll make it so you have to stutter so you can't speak better than anyone else. And so these handicaps have been placed on someone named Harrison Bergeron, who is one of the strongest, smartest, and most beautiful individuals on the planet. They put him in jail, but he doesn't care. He breaks free despite the chains, despite the oppression, despite the handicaps. He goes on public television, breaking his chains publicly, and getting other individuals to take off their handicaps.
3 minutes.
The government eventually shoots him down for his defiance, but in this act of defiance, he was an individual, and he didn't care what other people thought, even if it meant death. Which takes me back to my interpretation that we're all unique individuals, and it doesn't matter what other people think. On to my second point, Scarface, the movie Scarface. This is about a Cuban immigrant who has come to America seeking the American dream. In seeking the American dream, he's taken on a path of dealing drugs to move up in the world. One of his quotes is, "I don't break my balls or my word for anybody." And so in this, he remains an individual, but eventually a prominent cartel member that he gets a lot of his drugs from wants him to kill a woman and child that he said in the beginning he would never do. He said he would never kill innocents. He defied the cartel member and did not kill this woman and child because he was an individual and he had principles. But because of this act of defiance, he went to war with a cartel member who would eventually overwhelm him and would shoot him in the back. But despite it all, Scarface remained who he was and stayed true to himself despite what other people thought. Which brings me back to my interpretation that we're all unique individuals and it doesn't matter what other people think. On to my final point, Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. In this dystopian future, the government has taken control of every facet of your life and used the media to put you in this state of inactiveness, in this state of being distracted by having a TV on every screen. And when he confronts his wife to why we're living this life, to why can't we learn and read these books, she looks at him like why are you doing this? And he breaks out and eventually he says, I'm going to read no matter what. I'm going to learn no matter what, but he must do it in secret. Eventually, he meets up with these individuals who are similar to him, but he becomes an individual in the sense that he will read no matter what the government says. Eventually, they catch this group of readers, and he has to be on the run. He gets caught reading, but he doesn't care because that is who he is and what he wants to do, and because of that, it doesn't matter what other people think. Which brings me back to my interpretation that we're all unique individuals, and it doesn't matter what other people think. I've covered 3 points today. I've covered Harrison Bergeron by Kurt Vonnegut, the movie Scarface, and Fahrenheit 451. And so, in my quotation, in this world, some people are going to like me and some are not, so I might as well be me. Then I know if someone likes me, they like me. Because at the end of the day, we're all unique individuals, and it doesn't matter what other people think. So like Susan Boyle, just keep on singing and do you.